Hello everyone, I'm McKee and welcome to Prime Time. We got two great guests tonight that you're going to be able to talk with if you want to, hear some of their actions and all the stuff they do. And I tell you, they're going to be great. We're going to have a number down there in just a moment. Tell you how to call in, and when you call in, you'll be able to speak to them live, and they'll be able to hear you live. Make sure I don't hear an echo here. There we go. Now, we got some coming up. Events coming up. Some you've already talked about last Monday. Spring Market 2023 this Friday, March 24th, from 5 to 8 p.m. And Saturday, March 25th, from 10 to 4. It's the last day to sign up was March 15th for vendors. This is a spring marketplace for you to come out and shop. And the Junior Charity League is having this, so give them a call to find out all the locations that you can come there and shop. Also, March 22nd, 23, in Carlisle Town Hall, 9 a.m. Bring your children. They're from small children from 2 to 5 years old to get a free book and also go over some things that's going to target audience is the parents and the children, and teach them how to use letters and sounds and everything else like that. So come on out to Carlisle Town Hall. That's on the 22nd at 9 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. they will be in Lockhart. So you have two different places to go if you happen to miss that one. Okay, this is my favorite one here. This is Thursday, March 23rd, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Yes, as at Monetta Baptist Church on 1431 Lockhart Highway. And the Civitan International is doing this service, so be sure to come there and eat you some pancakes. I wonder if you could sit there at 7 a.m. and eat to 7 p.m. non-stop. I bet they charge you then. Hanukkah Ice is going to be this Tuesday, tomorrow, March 21st, from 3:30 to 7:30. All the proceeds are going to support the cheer team at cheerleaders at Twist and Shout. And they got all kind of items available, and I'm assuming that's going to be at the Twist and Shout. And we got also, you're invited to the Boss Ladies Business Brunch. It's Sunday, March 26th, 2023 at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park. That's 322 Veterans Drive. Come out and hear these ladies, these business ladies that has gone the extra mile, and maybe you can learn some things. And let's see, the last thing is the Easter Extravaganza, the second annual, kids and adults. This is going to be having tailgating, music by Duke Man, games, gifts, and more at Union County Fairgrounds. The doors will open at noon, and that's the 8th of April. So we got some more events coming in April. We've had a lot of events this past week and the week before. So, you know, come on out and enjoy these events. So you don't have no place to go in Union? Well, guess what? You do now. And let's see here. We're going to come back and we'll be talking to our guest.
La Pagada Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass, Union, South Carolina, 864-429-4043. La Pagada, your family Mexican restaurants, has appetizers, child's plates, salads and soups, sandwiches, and desserts. Sizzling fajitas, Texas fajitas, shrimp fajitas. Also, they have great chicken, polo asado, chicken tenders, polo loco, and many more. If you like seafood, they have that also. Fish tacos, shrimp cocktail. They have many combinations that you can choose from in different price range. Matter of fact, they have 35 different ones. If you're a vegetarian, that's right, they can accommodate you also. Lunch menu, they have the Speedy Gonzales and about 13 others that you can make a combination with. That's La Pagada. La Pagada Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass in Union, South Carolina. 429-4043.
All right, we are back. And let me put a number up here too. I forgot to do that. You'll have a number underneath my guest here in a moment. And you'll be able to call this number. When you call this number, it'll ask you to say your name. And then after that, I'll put you on and you will be on live. So you'll be able to hear yourself and others. So if you got your speakerphone on, it might echo, so you might have to cut it back then. We have Derik Vanderford, which used to be a wrestler himself, and he's a manager now, and a most loved manager. I've heard about the last thing happened. I'll let him talk about that in a few minutes. And also we have Black Cat Deon Johnson, which is going to be everybody's favorite. I know that I've seen him in several matches, and he makes a great show. And I tell you what, them big guys kind of run from him a little bit. So let me introduce you here and let them introduce yourself, and let me kind of get out of their picture here a little bit. I'll see myself first. My big head sticking in the way. All right, guys. Derik, how you been doing?
Doing great, doing great. Thank you for having us here. You know, it's a pleasure to be here, and I was having a great time until this guy came in and sat down, and now I realize I got to spend this time with you sitting next to this. So, you know, my day got a little bit sour about just a few minutes ago.
Well, I didn't think it was kind of that bad. Deon, what do you say about this? I mean,
well, Jerry, I don't know if I'm sitting beside Elvis or a gypsy right now. He's all cladded out with his shades and his gold do-rag and his little sparkly vest. But he sounds like he wants to get a little froggy.
Looks good. He looks good.
We're here in your home, and I'm going to respect that. But once we get outside that door, I might clop that head.
Well, I might have to keep my dog in then. And if he does that, you might see a video of this, you know. But I tell you, guys, y'all have did a lot of things, and well, your last match was in Union here in Sims.
Yep, at Sims Middle School a couple of weekends ago. Uh-oh, we got a call already?
Call from? Yes, this is Charles Hicks. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, is this Jerry Keith?
Yes, it is.
Hey, listen, I'm just watching your show here, and this gentleman with the gold hat on, I'd keep a double check on him, okay? Mr. Deon is not lying.
Oh,
How dare you, sir? Do I know you?
Hey.
Yeah, you know me. And I'll tell you what, DV, you owe me $30. And I heard the awful story about you, and I've said enough.
This guy's a maniac. Let's get him off of here.
You owe this guy $30,
okay,
man.
I'm out.
This guy says you owe him $30. I knew he's always...
He put somebody up to calling this.
Jerry, he's been a crook as long as I've known him.
What's this $30 that you supposedly owe? I mean, that to me is not a lot of money, but it is to some people.
This guy's upset about something. I don't know who this is. I don't even know what's going on.
He knows, Jerry.
I mean, what's happening? What's even happening here?
That,
Are you two? Do
Crooked
the
as
two
the
of
day
you have
is
something
long,
going
buddy.
on here
Crooked
that
as
I
day
don't know
is
about?
long.
Is there some sort of plans or something?
no, we were just, I don't know who this caller was. They called, but apparently he's upset because maybe some money dealings that went on. Did you have any money dealings?
He's a
in
crook.
Sam?
He's a crook. Look at him.
Hold on, we're going to see another call here.
What do we have?
Hello?
Uncle Decker.
Hello?
Hello.
Who am I
Decker.
talking to?
This is Uncle Decker.
Can y'all hear him?
What's happening, Uncle
I'm trying
Decker?
to find out about this $30.
That's what we're trying to find out,
You
too.
see?
I'm trying to find out about this $30, boy.
I'm trying to find out too, man. I
You know what this $30 is all about.
have no clue. I think you put somebody up to
Somebody
calling
doing.
in.
I want my cut.
I ain't putting nobody up to do nothing. These people are calling in. They see where you are. You're out here on Facebook. They got
I'm
you,
right
buddy.
here. I'm not hard to
You're-
find.
well,
I'm right here.
The proof's in the pudding. This
Ain't hard
this
to
guy
find at
wants
all.
$30.
But let me ask you this, caller. Does he owe you any money?
About $38.75, but we'll let that rest ride.
That's plus tax.
He rounded that up, I think.
I think he did. All right. Now,
Jerry, he ain't borrowed no money from you, has he?
no, hadn't borrowed no money from me. It's,
Clean as a whistle.
no, I have a
Yeah,
question.
just like this cheap vest you got on.
It
The
looks good, doesn't it?
Sims wrestling, when you was down there this past other week, I heard some rumors about the principal having to throw you out.
I'm glad you brought that up because there were a lot of things that went on at this event that were very unfair. Chase Emery, the Pro Wrestling Union heavyweight champion, they want to say former, all these things came into play. He was wrestling a guy named Austin Bebop, who was the interim champion, and he was the lineal champion, and they were uniting the titles, undisputed champion, and somehow or another they wanted to. I'm managing, right? That's what I do. I'm licensed with the South Carolina State Athletic Commission. I'm at ringside, and some things went on. I'll tell you this, I'll accept responsibility. Maybe I got involved when I shouldn't have, and normally that would be a disqualification, and no title would change hands. But instead of going along with that, the promoter, Cole Maccabee, and the referee of that match decided to, instead of just a DQ and no title change, they escort me out. They have the principal and Coach Wilkes escort me out, keep the match going until there's a winner and a new champion crowned. And Austin Bebop, I didn't get to see it because I was escorted out, but I know good and well he cheated somehow, and now he's the undisputed champion.
Why would you say he cheated?
Because he could beat Chase Emery?
He did.
You think he could beat Chase
He
Emery?
did. I watched it with my own eyes.
Okay.
He beat it.
Okay.
Now, Deon, what did you say? What did you see with what was the conduct that they took
This
him out on?
gypsy got in the ring, unbeknownst to the referee, even Austin Bebop, tried to do something dastardly, but the principal, Dr. Carty, Coach Wilkes, was there on time to get him out and take him to the back because he didn't belong inside the ring. He belongs on the outside, but he always tries to get an edge on.
There should have been a disqualification. Yes, it was my fault, and I accept responsibility, but it should have been a disqualification, no title change.
Well, how did you know it wasn't right to go in there? I mean, you've been in wrestling for a long time, and now a manager.
Look, my emotions got the better of me. I apologize. I apologize for getting involved, but I don't apologize for wanting these people. If I do something to break the rules, they enforce the rules. But when the rules don't apply to what they want to happen, well, they cut corners.
But Jerry,
they throw
look
the
at
rule
him.
book out
Who
the
can
window.
he beat? Look at him.
Well,
I'm a manager. Chase Emery can beat a lot of people. He's been doing it
You
for over
can,
2 years.
but you always seem to stick your nose in his matches.
Now, how many people do you manage? How many wrestlers?
Right now there are 3. Randy Wayne is not as active as the other 2, but I'm in business with him. But All-American Blue Chipper Chase Emery, he's all over the place. Former champion, still my champion to me. He's the heavyweight champion, and also another guy, Christopher Prince, who will be the first Pro Wrestling Union junior heavyweight champion, because that tournament is going to be on April 29th at the Recreation Department.
That's why I have to beg to differ on you, buddy. My vote's going with Buggy Wright.
Now, Deon, do you have a manager, or do you?
No, G, I don't have no manager. I just go out there solo. I've been doing it for 30 plus years. I don't need a pencil neck geek like this to take half of my money.
And I'm the bad guy?
To take half of my money.
This is a bully right here.
And try to hog the spotlight. I'm a loner. Yeah. I do my thing by myself.
Now, you got a lot of young folks that watches wrestling, and they come in, they watch the matches, they get all excited, and they say, wow, this is something that I want to do. How does someone, a lot of people have the perception that they can just kind of walk off the street and come in and start wrestling. And what are some of the steps there that they have to go through?
Gypsy, you want to start?
Well, I would, if you're talking to me, I'll overlook it. He can't help it. I understand. That's how he is. But, yeah, you find a good wrestling school. You find a good trainer. There's George South in the Charlotte area. There's Lodi in the Charlotte area. Closer to here, there's a school in Chester and stuff. But you know, the step number 1 is probably the most important step, is finding a good trainer, someone that's reputable, had a good career themselves, and teaches everything the right way. There's right ways and wrong ways to do things. Yeah, wrestling hurts, but you don't want to get injured. You want to be able to keep wrestling, and a good trainer will make sure that, you're going to get hurt, but you don't want to get injured, because you want to still be able to wrestle all the time. So,
now, Deon, how you decided that you wanted to be? You say you've been wrestling for a long time. What got you that click that you had to? Who influenced you to become a wrestler?
From the first time I saw it on television, probably 1982. I said, "That's exactly what I want to do." And it just so happened, I just living in Union. You know, there was just only a few shows that came through. Maybe Jim Crockett came to the stadium back in the early 80s. But I just happened to be in class in high school with a girl, and her father was a wrestler. And when I found that out, I stuck to her like glue until I met that fella.
So, in other words, you dated the girl because of her father, right?
Usually, well, no, I didn't date her. Oh, okay. But I just stuck to her like glue until she, she was the middle person between me and her father. And I said, well, if I'm going to stick to her like glue, I'm going to bug her to death until she gives me the telephone number. And when she did, it was on from there.
What, Derik, what got you? I know your father's a great musician and everything like that, and plays all these places like that. I figured that you would have went to more of the music thing like that. What caught your interest in to get into this field?
Well, I've always I was a fan from 3 years old. It was on. He watched it, and he actually had some, because entertainment is entertainment, and so he has some friends who were involved in wrestling too, and so growing up, I wanted to be involved. I didn't know exactly what, whether it be wrestle or promote, make my own show, or manage like I'm doing now, or what. But I always wanted to be involved. So I met up with the guy from Union, the late Charlie Babb, who was the promoter and a old referee, and he introduced me to the right people, and
Call from.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, am I on the air?
You're on the air.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Hey. I just want to say that Trans-South Wrestling has put on some of the most wonderful shows over the year. And they have the most charismatic fans, okay? And one of the most charismatic one of them all was our buddy Hilltop, who we lost a couple of years ago.
Yes, sir.
And Trans-South was so good to Hilltop, and Hilltop loved them as much as the other way around. I just wanted to say that.
The best.
And I really enjoyed those shows.
Well, yeah, these guys have got some great wrestling friends, just like Ric Flair, Rock and Roll Express. I mean, I grew up watching these guys really get in that ring, and I get so pumped up and everything like that. And then I got to meet a couple through you guys,
right.
And so yes, you're correct. People don't realize the talent that these guys bring to Union.
Yeah, we appreciate you saying that, because it's you would be amazed. People that just know that those old wrestlers are over there at whether it be the rec department or the fairgrounds or wherever Sims, they don't realize that the talent coming through here. They might have just got off a Japan tour, or they might have just.
Yeah. Jerry, if I could tell one more thing, there was they had a real nice referee, and a friend of mine, a good friend, you might know him. His name is Tracy Ranch. Now, Hacksaw Dugan came to town one time, and there's a real funny story. I think these fellas could tell you about that. But I just want to say you're doing a wonderful job, and keep on doing what you're doing, okay? And Trans-South Wrestling, okay?
Well, we appreciate you calling in, and thank you for the encouragement of these guys.
Thank you for having me.
You definitely appreciate the shout-out to Trans-South Wrestling.
All right.
Right.
All right. We're going to switch gears, and we're going to have to go to one of our sponsors here in just a moment, and get my little buttons here all switched up. And let me get my little buttons switched up and stopped here. Here we go. You got to have three hands to do this right here. So you're listening to Prime Time with Jerry McKee, and our special guest is Deon Johnson, Black Cat Deon Johnson, and we have Mr. Vanderford here, Derik, the manager. So we're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back with these guys. The number you can call, 864-441-9382.
Pagana Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass, Union, South Carolina, 864-429-4. La Pagana Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass, Union, South Carolina, 864-429-4043. La Pagana, your family Mexican restaurants, has appetizers, child's plates, salads and soups, sandwiches, and desserts. Sizzling fajitas, Texas fajitas, shrimp fajitas. Also, they have great chicken, polo asado, chicken tenders, polo loco, and many more. If you like seafood, they have that also. Fish tacos, shrimp cocktail. They have many combinations that you can choose from in different price range. Matter of fact, they have 35 different ones. If you're a vegetarian, that's right, they can accommodate you also. Lunch menu, they have the Speedy Gonzales and about 13 others that you can make a combination with. That's La Pagana. La Pagana Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass and Union, South Carolina, 429-4043.
All right, we're back. You're here with Jerry McKee on Prime Time, and we've got Black Jack Deon Johnson here, and Derik. He's a manager of Vanderford of quite a few wrestlers. So call into your number, 864-441-9382 if you have any questions. All right, guys. Tell me this, Deon, what was your best match that you ever had, that maybe the first time you won, or what really just put you really over the edge that you just loved this even more?
Well, after all these years and so many bumps to the head. I just can't remember way back, but there has been a match that I've had in the last year was actually against one of his guys, the blue chipper.
Sometimes it happens with. All right. Sorry for the little difficulty there. That was Facebook stuff. Wow. There we go. We're back again. It looked like it might have picked back up, and so we're going to continue on.
He might have owed Mark Zuckerberg $30 or something. That's why we got kicked off. I don't know.
It was a guy that he owed $30 for. He unplugged the network.
That's right.
So everybody's went off. Derik, what? Take his caption off here. There we go. I know you used to wrestle before.
I did for a while.
And what made you decide to say, okay, I'm going to get out of the wrestling part. I want to do the managing part?
Well, I started out doing that first. Managing was the first thing. Well, promoting was the first thing I did, and then I got into managing. And I kind of wanted to, there's some things you don't understand about the whole aspect of it until you actually get in the ring. And I kind of just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it and get that experience in there. And so, the plan was always to go back to promoting and managing. But I just wrestled for several years. And got that experience and understood a lot better about how everything works, and also had a greater appreciation for all the wrestlers because it's very painful, But
well, the ring itself, I watch you guys put it up. It looks like it's very hard and difficult to put it. It's not just like somebody just throws something up there.
Oh no, it's
you got suspensions and stuff that you.
People think it's a trampoline, but it's far from that.
The falling on that thing hurts. You don't want to. People say you learn how to fall or whatever. You learn how to not hit your head, but it hurts. It's 2x6s on top of it's steel with 2x6s padding, which the whole thing doesn't give. So if you've ever fallen hard on a wrestling mat at school, that's the padding. So thud, and that's it. So
wood and steel.
Well, I know that I got on it one time when y'all put one together like that, and I just kind of bounced on it and says, man, this is hard. Now, I know you got to be in great shape. Deon, do you work out? Do you condition yourself? Because I know after some matches, you got to be sore from some of the falls and hits.
But you have to be in what they call ring shape. It's kind of different. Actually, I'm probably in the best shape of my life right now. I've lost 60 pounds. With the help of this fella, I can say that. He helped me. He pushed me to get in the gym, and I lost 60 pounds in 3 months.
Well, congratulations.
We're still going to work on getting him back to looking like he did when he played football at North Greenville.
Well, that's almost 35, 40 years ago.
Now, what is the worst you've gotten hurt?
I've had my nose broken. I've had, my ankles twisted. I try not to let anybody hurt me, and I try not to hurt anybody else. It's like a dance.
Right.
So, but, things do happen. Like I said, this nose has been broken. I probably had maybe 10 or 15 concussions. I don't know. My brain's kind of scrambled right now,
Well, jumping off those real high at the top of those rings, from the ropes, the height that some of you jump up, and the somersaults and the flips and things like that. To me, that's amazing to me.
When you do things like that, those are called high spots, and you have to be really good at what you do.
All right, we should be back up and going again. I'm plugged directly in. This is on Charter's end that they must be working on lines or something there. let's see, get this refreshed. You're going to have to pay that $30, looks like.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
There we go. All right. Sorry for the difficulty, folks, but I've got high-speed internet and all that good stuff, so they must be working on the lines or something for this to bump off like this. But we're still going. And now what we're talking about is, like yourself, Derik, what was the worst part when you was wrestling and all that you got hurt?
Hurt? Well, I mean, I've never had I've had separated shoulder, sprained knee, stuff like that, but never had serious injury. But like the difference, there's a difference in the injury and getting hurt. I don't think I ever did it when it didn't hurt. I didn't feel it. It's those chops, man, and those every time you hit that wood. I mean, it opens your eyes up. You were talking about the athleticism and all that. Part of basic wrestling training is rolls. People roll, from this corner to this corner to this corner to this corner. So, you get used to that motion, and if you're doing that all the time, then yeah, you end up doing things that are just every day. You don't realize what it is you're even doing, and then you get out of practice. Now, if I tried to do that, it'd take me 6 months to get to where I could do that again.
Well, I can imagine after a match, when you get up the next day, I imagine about all of you are real sore.
That's when it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next day when it creeps up on you. Now,
just so far as hitting those ropes hurt. So, those steel cables wrapped up in a little rubber,
Oh, yeah. When you learn to do that, you have bruises all on your back.
hello, it's Jerry McKee. You're on prime time.
Yeah, this Deon Johnson over
Yeah,
there.
he's sitting right here. Go ahead and speak to him.
You remember me?
Hunter Thompson. Oh, that's my old nemesis from Trans-South Wrestling.
Yeah, you remember me. Yeah, that's right. I'm your old nemesis.
You remember that cake in your face, don't you?
Yeah, I remember that very well. And there's a lot of other things I remember very well.
What about downtown Oogie Brown?
But listen, all I got to say is next time I see you, Deon Johnson, it's on, okay?
We'll be back in Union, South Carolina on, 4/29?
Yep, April 29th.
Come on down, Hunter Thompson. Come get you some more of this.
Chick-fil-A out.
I don't know if that was the real Hunter Thompson or not, but it sounded like him.
Well,
He can always come to see him, or the Rec Center, the Rec Center on 4/29.
Yeah, April 29th.
Come get you some, Hunter Thompson, if you're watching this.
is he kind of wanting the, is there something about Chick-fil-A? You got something going on?
Well,
He eats a lot of Chick-fil-A.
yeah, let's just say I eat a lot of Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay.
Or I used to.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that part of your training? It's,
Well,
I want to start going myself.
A lot of arm strength and a lot of bite strength.
It seems like y'all got some people out there that's kind of
Getting rowdy today.
and kind of looking like they want to. When they see you, it's going to be.
Yeah, I guess both of us have some people out there like that.
Right? I mean, I have people that really actually don't like me, like Hunter Thompson. I've been wrestling him for the last 20 years.
Nice guy.
Yeah, right.
No, wait. What about the cake?
Well, we had a anniversary of Trans-South Wrestling at the county fairgrounds, and we had this big 3-tier special cake made. But what he didn't know is that the lady sat it out there in between the little alley, and the pigeons were up top, and they had little droppings on it. So I said, we can't give the fans this cake. So I'm going to put this cake in Hunter Thompson's face. And that's exactly what I did.
So you not only put the cake in his face, the bird droppings went with it?
The bird droppings went with it.
Well, no wonder he's mad.
And he tasted a little bit of it.
Oh. So it's funny when you guys get back at each other, to me, because
he's the good guy. You hear this? And this guy's the good guy. That's who people like.
Union County's own, right here.
Well, when is and you said the next match is coming up this April 29th?
April 29th.
Yes.
And then September 2nd, we'll have the third annual Ray Bitt Barber Memorial Parade of Champions. That'll be coming up. And there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike. So, everybody can keep up Pro Wrestling Union on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And they have we have an episodic show on YouTube, Pro Wrestling Union Explosion, and there are new episodes of that coming out all the time, and so plenty of ways for people to keep up with what's going on.
Do you have a website that they can go to, or the Facebook page that can keep them, they can like and follow?
Sure, the Pro Wrestling Union. It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and YouTube channel.
You can't say enough good stuff about the promoter Cole McAbee. He puts on a top quality show, and he gets out and does what he can for the community, and that's really what we're here for, to help out the community. We just did a fundraiser for Sims, help them raise money for their initiative program, and we'd like to do a lot more around Union County, just as Trans-South did, back in the day.
Right, and people don't realize what it takes to put on these programs, and y'all do it for the love of your community, just like I do these podcasts here for the love of community, just informative, let people hear what you have to say, other people have to say. Yeah, Cole McAbee is a good promoter. He's very artistic. I don't know if he actually does the flyers and the promotional things out like that. He does a great job at that.
He does.
Looks great. And I was going to have him on here, with the timing, him living way off where he lives at, it's kind of difficult for him to get back up this way.
Right.
So maybe if he gets up here that week or something, he can hang around enough to come on and talk.
Sure.
So you got one coming up the 29th.
29th, yes.
Okay. Where's it going to be at?
At the Union County Recreation Center.
Oh, okay.
It'll be the junior heavyweight tournament. And like I said, my guy, Buggy Wright, I believe is going to come out with that beautiful belt.
Right, and spoiler alert, I'll be there. I'll be managing Christopher Prince, and he's going to be your next Pro Wrestling Union Junior Heavyweight Champion. There's a lot of guys in this tournament. You've got, like he said, Buggy Wright. He's good, not as good as Christopher Prince. You have Luca Daniels, good, not as good as Christopher Prince. Brino Royce, good, not as good as Christopher Prince. Tommy Django, Kay Holiday. I don't know if I'm leaving anybody out or not, but like I said, they're all good, but not as good as Christopher Prince. So,
and that's who you manage?
Yes.
Well, on that note like that, let's go one more commercial. I'm Jerry McKee, and right here with Deon Johnson and Blackjack. Not Blackjack. I can't remember. Cat. Where'd you get the cat at?
Many moons ago, when I was so young.
So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. And remember, you can call in 864-441-9382. And if you get a chance, go to La Fagata and grab something to eat.
La Fagata Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass, Union, South Carolina, 864-429-4043. La Fagata, your family Mexican restaurants, has appetizers, child's plates, salads and soups, sandwiches, and desserts. Sizzling fajitas, Texas fajitas, shrimp fajitas. Also, they have great chicken, polo asado, chicken tenders, polo loco, and many more. If you like seafood, they have that also. Fish tacos, shrimp cocktail. They have many combinations that you can choose from in different price range. Matter of fact, they have 35 different ones. If you're a vegetarian, that's right, they can accommodate you also. Lunch menu, they have the Speedy Gonzales and about 13 others that you can make a combination with. That's La Fagata. La Fagata Mexican Restaurant, 441 North Duncan Bypass in Union, South Carolina, 429-4043.
All right, we're back. It's the tail end of Prime Time with Jerry McKee. See my head turning over here a little bit. Also, I'm looking at some other things. We've got Black Cat Deon Johnson, wrestler, and we have Derik Vanderford, a manager. So we're going to get back with them. And be sure, if you want to talk, call 864-441-9382. All right, we're back with you guys again, huh? Now, do you go to other wrestlers and other promoters and others that maybe to critique or see what some things they're doing? Do y'all get together maybe to see if you can use something? Hey, we need to try this, or we need to do this, or and I know putting on these events is not cheap.
Right. Now, see, we both work for a lot of different promoters in a lot of places outside of Union, so you see what everybody's doing in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, some Tennessee sometimes. So like you can pick and choose and take things from, get ideas everywhere you go, because there are a lot of events, in the Carolinas. We're in a part of the country where there are tons of promotions around. So
yeah, I go around and I'll go to different cities and stuff, and I'll see somebody do something, and I'll just pick certain things that I see and just put it all together with my stuff, man. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Definitely it is.
That goes with, whether as a wrestler or as a promoter for ideas of things that people do on their shows, or recruiting talent. You might see, new talent. I might be at a show and say, Charlotte or up in the mountains or something like that, and then find, 2 or 3 guys that might be my new clients that I manage, after that. So
somebody that he can rip off. That's what he does.
He just said he steals everything he does.
You take half of these guys' money. That's what you do.
I don't get it.
And you don't do nothing but run your mouth.
Now, that's going for $30 again, right?
Exactly.
The cost of tickets, it's amazing how that y'all could keep the tickets low.
Right.
And I know it's a more than just one individual. It's all the players, all the wrestlers and stuff that sacrifice a little bit to give back to the community, and they know that the economy is not that great, but they want some great entertainment. To me, that the price is really phenomenal for buying tickets.
That's the most difficult part is keeping the ticket. As a promoter in a place like Union or other small towns, you have to keep them low so everybody can come if you want everybody to come. But you have to have some strategy for how to make it work. If you were charging $30 a ticket instead of $10 a ticket, it would be a lot easier if you had the same number of people. But you got to be creative with spending.
Real good with economics.
Not like somebody we know.
Exactly. The $30 man over here.
I don't understand this $30.
The $30 gypsy.
Yeah, if you figure it out, you're going to have to let us know.
Yeah, I wish y'all would let me know. I don't know what it is he's cooked up or talked somebody into calling and saying, but
well, I'm just going by what the people have been calling and saying. But I've known it for quite some time. Now everybody gets to know.
Well, Derik,
you know better than that, Jerry. You know better. This guy, he's already said he steals everything he does in the ring. Everything he does in the ring, he steals from people everywhere he goes. He's already threw a cake in somebody's face. He's a bully. I mean, look at him.
If I was a bully, I'd jump up right now and rattle your neck. But I'm not going to do that.
Because look where we are. Look where we are. And when we get outside, I'll put that dog on you and then I'll get to the car and get to the house.
Look at it. The shades, the do-rag.
Yes, I know I look good.
Out.
Yes.
You look like a gypsy.
Gypsies can't wear things like this. Gypsies are on the run. Look at this. This is nice.
Very, very Charlie Babbish, if you know.
Charlie Babb didn't wear this.
Kind of look like him.
Now, being a manager, does your people you manage, do y'all get together and plan out strategies or?
Certainly. I'm in contact with those guys all the time, coming up with different places we want to work, different opponents that we want to kind of rally to have, and then I'm in touch with the promoter, for them, whether it be Cole or whether it be, some.
What kind of percentage are you getting off of these guys?
That's none of your business. None of your business. What kind of percentage are you getting? Yeah. I don't look in your envelope. I look in your envelope.
That's why I don't have a tag team partner or a manager, because they're always trying to take things that don't belong, that they don't earn.
Well,
he's a classic example of it.
Well, you ask Chase Emery how well it's worked out so far. You ask Christopher Prince. Maybe you can ask Chase Emery up close and personal.
Why don't they call in and tell the truth?
Well, let me ask you this. This great match you had with Chase Emery and Rock Hill, and I was there at ringside. Who won? There you go.
Because of certain guys' interference.
Now, yeah, what percentage do you think that they get? Do they?
I'm pretty sure he's getting a substantial amount of money off of these guys, because he wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't getting.
I got a caller.
Hello, this is Jerry McKee, Primetime.
Philadelphia. I have a question for Mr. Deon and Mr. Derik. No. Okay, all this talk about Chase Emery, it's kind of just overplayed, isn't it, Mr. Deon?
You got that right. You are exactly right.
I mean, it's this and that and this and that. I think it's a little repetitive, okay?
Well, that's your opinion. Everybody has one. There's some kind of saying about that.
Now, does he have caller? Does he owe you $30 too?
And I'm gonna break a little breaking news on his show here, okay?
Okay.
Everybody's talking about this promotion and this promotion. Well, there's one promotion out there that doesn't get enough credit. It's the BWF, okay?
Not familiar.
What is
You're
that?
not familiar. You're not familiar. You don't realize? Okay, well, listen. I'm hanging up the phone. I'm done with this. You guys are marked.
Oh, wow. Call us some more. BWF. I've heard of many promotions, but I never heard of that.
Something's in the water tonight. I don't know what's.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but sounds like he's targeting you guys. I mean, it's not just on the individual there, but apparently he's he must be on the side of somebody else.
Well, if he's got the money, I got the time, Jerry.
There's another call that came in. Sorry we couldn't get a hold of you right then. You can call back right now if you want to. 864-441-9382. We've got a few more minutes before we'll be cutting it short, about 5 more minutes. And if someone's wanting to get into wrestling, Derik, and I'll ask you, Deon, same question. What is some advice that you have for them? They're just starting out and wanting to get into wrestling. And what's some of the advice that you would give them?
Make sure you have a good teacher, a good trainer, somebody who has had a successful career themselves and knows what to do. I wouldn't, that's the main thing, starting out, and to listen, pay attention, because like we were saying, what you think it is you know, it may be different than you find out it's different, you know, when you actually start doing it. And, you know, you have to be all ears and no mouth. You have to listen and pay attention, and then it'll click. You know, things will start to click. You can't just do what, you know, watch things on TV and then think you can just jump in there and do it. You know, find a good trainer, find a good school. Like I said, George South is a good trainer. Lodi, Brad Kane, Lodi in Charlotte area, he's a good trainer. And there's a few, but there are some schools that, you know, I'm not going to name them, but I'm going to say, you know, I wouldn't just say, you can't just go to any wrestling school. Find somebody that knows what they're doing.
And you would suggest for someone starting out to get a manager?
Yeah, call me after you're trained.
Please don't. But unfortunately, Jerry, he's right what he's saying. You have to find somebody that's reputable, that knows what they're doing, and at least, you know, made a living doing this. You know,
you don't want to get taught the wrong way,
right,
and then have to be retaught or don't make it. You know, because that could have been the first mistake.
And that probably can be discouraging on the person really excited about it and kind of push it away. And it's not easy work, I know.
Right.
It's fundamentals to it. You got to learn the fundamentals of the wrestling business. And just keep climbing, step by step by step. But you have to have a reputable trainer that knows the psychology of the business. You know, you want to be taught the right way from the beginning.
Yeah, I just can't just go into a gym and thinking you're going to do it.
Right. There's JPWA, Jacobs Pritchard Wrestling Academy in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's the head trainer there is Dr. Tom Pritchard. He's trained 1 million guys that you know of, including The Rock, you know, Kurt Angle. You know,
wow.
That would be if you feel like traveling to Knoxville, that would be where to go. And the owner of the school is Glenn Jacobs, who's the mayor of Knoxville, and he's was Kane in WWE. So, you know, that's probably one of the top schools to go to. And then closer to here, you know, George South has trained a ton of guys that are on WWE right now and AEW, and so has Lodi. Lodi started out Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, and she's the champion in one of the main event on one of the nights of WrestleMania this year. So there's some people fairly close by that you can learn the right way.
Does Ric Flair's son, does he wrestle? I know, did he used to?
Well, both his sons did. One son passed away. Actually, both of them wrestled in Union before. One years before, and then one later. But his oldest son, David, he's not wrestling anymore, but he did at one time, yeah. And his youngest son, Reed, unfortunately passed away. He would have had a bright future.
Very bright future.
I hate to hear that. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up, and I appreciate both of y'all coming in and doing this podcast with me. I've learned quite a bit of things about wrestling. And
yeah.
I did learn one thing back years and years ago when I was probably 19 years old, something like that, and I was watching, went to a match and watched a professional wrestling, and I went up to one of the wrestlers like that, and I says, "Is this really fake or what?" And he popped me upside the head there. He said, "Is that fake?" I said, "No, no, this is real. It's real." So, yeah, he didn't appreciate that one bit. And,
you don't want to say that F word.
Oh, I was looking at a kid. You know, I was a kid then.
Right.
But he knocked some sense into me, and I never asked that question again.
Right. It's, like I say, it hurts every time.
It does. All right. Well, I appreciate both of y'all coming. And remember, y'all can watch this on Spotify. You can watch this on Google. You can watch this on iHeart Radio podcast. And keep watching. Come back next week. We'll have another guest on here. And I'm Jerry McKee. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And remember those events coming up. And also remember the wrestling coming up. And that's April 29th.